Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 is the kind of show that loves to tell you a Titan is coming, then makes you sit through 3 conversations, 2 arguments, and a family meltdown before it finally gets to the part you actually tuned in for. The season broadens the monsterverse and does give the creatures more screen time than before, but the backbone of the story is still the Randa family's emotional chaos, plus a heavy dose of soapy tension and timeline gymnastics. That means a lot of the early and middle stretch feels less like a monster epic and more like a prestige drama therapy session with occasional radiation spikes. The emotional whiplash was enough to give you a neck ache. And don't even get me started on Kentaro. The guy spent the season moping over his dad Hiroshi's death, so much so that he was willing to team up with the season's human villain, Isabel, a delightfully unhinged character who wants to monetize time travel via the Axis Mundi. Kentaro's arc was basically, I miss Dad, so I'll help a psychopath manipulate Titans into killing each other because maybe, just maybe, I can bring him back. It was a lot. And by a lot, I mean a snooze fest of existential family drama that often felt like it belonged in a Hallmark movie, not a show about giant monsters. The biggest complaint is pacing. Some critics noted that the first half can move quickly when the Titans are active, but the show repeatedly slides back into exposition dumps, bureaucratic talk, and relationship drama, with some reviewers flat out saying the season is even more tangled in family squabbles and love triangles than the first. That's the stretch where the series starts to feel like it's stalling for time, waiting for the next roar, the next tremor, the next big reveal that actually wakes the room up. And then the monsters hit, and suddenly the whole season remembers why anyone showed up. Godzilla's role this time is not just smashing things for the sake of spectacle. The show explains that he's acting like an enforcer of order, moving Titan X rather than killing it outright, because in this version of the Monsterverse, he's less a berserker and more a cosmic referee. Titan X's path to Skull Island, Kong's looming clash, and the season's heavier Titan mythology give the later episodes real voltage, even if the human drama keeps trying to dim the lights. The best parts of the season are exactly what you'd expect: the colossal creature moments, the scale, and the feeling that the ground itself might split open at any second. Reviews consistently praise the visual effects, the bigger Titan presence, and the fact that Kong, Godzilla, and Titan X give the season a genuine blockbuster pulse. There's also a stronger sense of monsterverse mythology here, especially in the way the show connects Titan behavior to balance, hierarchy, and ancient rules, rather than random destruction. The emotional material does work better when it stays focused and lean. Some critics pointed out that the Keiko, Shaw, and Bill Randa material remains a highlight, especially when the show lets those dynamics breathe without over-explaining everything. In those moments, the family drama actually adds weight to the monster chaos instead of replacing it. The show's weakest habit is treating every emotional beat like it needs a whole scene, then another scene, then a flashback to justify the scene you just watched. That creates a slow burn effect that can feel more like a slog than suspense, especially when the monster material is clearly the engine that keeps the story alive. The romance and family conflict often feel inflated beyond their payoff, which makes the monster payoff hit harder precisely because the rest of the season has been dragging its feet. There's also a structural issue. The series sometimes acts as if complexity is automatically depth. Instead of tightening the plot around the monster mystery, it keeps adding layers of hurt feelings, secrets, and mission chatter, which can make the season feel overstuffed. The result is a show that wants the prestige of a character drama and the adrenaline of kaiju mayhem, but doesn't always know how to blend them cleanly. If you came for family healing, moral debates, and slow-burning trauma, Season 2 has plenty of that. If you came for titans shaking the earth, teeth, claws, and city-leveling spectacle, the season mostly makes you earn it before delivering the goods. The good news is that when Godzilla, Kong, and Titan X finally take over, Monarch Legacy of Monsters stops snoozing and starts roaring. P.S. The finale teased a promising reset for Season 3, with Roden's introduction and the setup of Monarch 2.0, a back-to-basics, science-focused version of the organization. But after a season that dragged its feet for most of its runtime, the big question is, will you trust Monarch to deliver the monster mayhem you crave, or will you tap out before the next round of family therapy sessions? If Season 3 leans into the kaiju action and cuts the soap opera down to a digestible side dish, it could be a winner. But if it's more of the same, well, let's just say the Titans might not be the only ones napping through this show. Binge Season 2 now on Apple TV. Hey, want more Right Flicks reviews? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it.